my channel. My name is Tinashe. Thank you for joining me once again. For those people who continuously support me, thank you so much for joining this this week. And for those guys who are still new, who have just seen me today for the first time, or if it's your second time, please subscribe. I'm sure you're going to like one or two of the videos that I make, and if not, please feel free to suggest any videos that you'd like me to make. So for this week, we are going to be doing a cooking video. I basically really like cooking. I started cooking, definitely you cannot live in my mother's house and not know how to cook. So I essentially started cooking at a very young age, and then when I went to high school, we had food and nutrition, and they used to teach us how to cook as well. I remember I really used to love those cooking sessions, and every time when I'd go back to home during the school term, because I used to go to boarding school, I would always ask my mother to, you know, buy certain ingredients for me to try certain meals that we cooked for at school, and she'd always do that, and that actually encouraged me to keep on trying cooking. And I remember even if I cooked something and it was not tasting so good, everyone at home was so supportive. They'll still eat it even if it's burnt, even if it's not tasting the best. But that actually helped me just boost that that confidence, because I feel like at times you really need that confidence to feel like maybe you can cook, or this is something that you can essentially be doing. So yeah, I normally like cooking a lot. Okay, not a lot, but something that can stretch you for like 3 days or so, because during the week I get busy. I have a job from an 8 to 5, so I actually really get busy sometimes, and at times I actually work late, long hours. So it's always good for me to have some food in the fridge. And then also you'd find that I'm not a person who likes takeouts a lot, so I end up just wanting to have some proper good meals in the house that I can cook and really enjoy. Yeah, so today we're going to start with some fish. I have some fillet fish that I got from Carrefour. It's this one. It's called Fillet. It's a packet that comes with about 4 fillets. What we're going to do today is we're actually going to make a stew out of it, because I feel like that lasts me for a bit longer. Because it would mean that if I'm to just say pan fry it or deep fat fry it, then it means I'll just essentially be eating it for like 2 to, you know, maybe 2-4 days at most. But if I make it into a stew, then I get to incorporate some of the vegetables that I like. So we're going to be making that. And I'll just show you my process and how I go about it. I like cooking multiple dishes at the same time, because I feel like I should not be standing in the kitchen for too long. So this helps me just to reduce the time that I am standing in the kitchen and cooking. So yeah, the first thing that we're going to do is start by marinating the fish. We're going to use some dried herbs. We're going to use some black pepper, white pepper. Then there's a fish spice that I have. And then obviously we need a bit of salt. Then garlic powder as well. I also have some garlic and ginger paste that I have. We're also going to incorporate that as well, so that at least there's that kick. And I'm not going to marinate it for too long. The good thing with fish is it really doesn't need to marinate for a very long time for you to really get that burst of flavor in it. So yeah, let us cook. Let us start. So for those who are wondering what the fish looks like, this is what essentially it looks like. It comes in 4 pieces. The fillet sizes are not too large, but they'll do. So I'm just going to proceed and marinate this, and then I'll show you how that looks. Oh, just to say, these are the spices that I'm using. So this is the mixed herbs that I use. I normally like it. It adds just a bit of flavor to my dishes. Then this is the white pepper I use as well. Then this is the garlic powder. Hope you'll be able to see. Then also this is the black pepper that I'm also going to use. So I'm just going to marinate and then show you guys what it looks afterwards. So if you hear me sneezing, it's because of me marinating. I normally have allergies, so I'm a bit sensitive. So this is how the fish is looking like after I have marinated it. It's just looking really, really good. So So I'm just going to put it in a bowl so that now I can start preparing my tomatoes and onions and green pepper. I'll just show you guys. So I'm going to use half of the green pepper, this full onion, and 2 tomatoes that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to just chop these up. So this is the green pepper all chopped up, the tomatoes all chopped up, and the onions all chopped up. This has given at least a bit of time for the fish to marinate a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pan fry it with a little bit of oil on a non-stick pan. So this is the pan that I'm going to use. It's actually fairly big. I'm just going to put just a little bit of oil. I'll show you how much oil I put. So this is sunflower oil. Just put a few drops, just a few drops. This is the quantity of oil that I've put. So I'm just going to put my burner on, the one with the lowest heat, and then put my fish as well. Now I need to bring you a bit closer so that you can see better. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So the oil is now hot, okay, just a bit hot, so I can now put the fish. So for the onions and the tomatoes that I had prepped, I wanted to use those for the soup that I'm going to make so that we can stew the fish. What I'm actually going to just do is also just add some frozen vegetables that I have so that my meal is a balanced meal. Yeah. So I'm just going to use this pot. I'm going to put a bit of oil in it and then start with the onions, then the green pepper, then the tomatoes, then I add the vegetables. So I'm now going to put the onions. I'm just using a wooden spoon to mix. I feel like the onions have browned enough. I'm just going to add the green pepper. These ones. I'd actually forgotten that recently I got some paste for ginger and garlic. So I'm going to add that as well to the onions and the green peppers. I won't add much. Just a teaspoon. So I'm actually going to turn the fish. It's coming along really nicely. So this is what the fish is looking like. It's looking so yummy already. I'm now going to add the tomatoes to the onions and the green pepper. Then I'll just leave that for a while. As all this works its magic, I'm going to actually make some coconut rice. So I've just washed 2 cups of rice. This is what I'm going to be using. Oil in the rice, some salt. Just let that water that I used to wash it just evaporate. So I've just turned the fish again. Gosh, it's looking so yummy already. But remember, we are stewing this fish, so it doesn't really need to be cooked all the way because I'm still going to put it in the stew. So for now, it's okay. What I'm going to do now is to cut it into pieces. I'll show you what that looks like. Meanwhile, this is looking so nice and yummy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the frozen vegetables. So I normally buy frozen vegetables and then I just repack them in quantities that I normally use them for, so that I know, like, if I open this one, I'm just going to use it all at a go. So this is a mixture of carrots, peas, a bit of potatoes, a bit of sweet corn, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans. It's a whole yummy mixture of vegetables. So the rice mixture is now dry. Since I put 2 cups of rice, I'm going to put 2 cups of water in it, and then also now I'm going to put the coconut powder. So this is the coconut powder I'm using. It's just the Royal Umbrella coconut cream powder. I normally don't measure it. I just put. So this is cup number 1, cup number 2, 3, and 4. So I've just cut the fish into small pieces. As you can see, I've tasted it. It's already done. It is tasty. It is so tasty. And I really love the kick from the black pepper. So yeah, let's just wait and see the vegetables. Remember how I said that I like to multitask? I'm actually about to cook my oats right now as the other things are cooking, so that I just stand up once. So this is 2 cups of oats. I normally like using this black pot. It's such a lifesaver. It is a very popular pot in Zimbabwe. It's called Kango. Yeah, very, very handy. So 2 cups of oats. I'm also going to put 1 cup milk. Then I'm also going to add 3 cups of boiling water. For good measure, I'm just going to add just a bit more water. And in the oats, I also like to add some butter, just a little bit like this, and also some peanut butter in the oats, that is. Then you cannot forget to add the salt in your oats as well. So let me show you what the vegetables are looking like. Looking so nice and colorful. So what I'm going to do is, I normally like my stewed fish with some coconut cream or coconut milk. It makes it really yummy and it locks in that flavor for fish. So I'm just going to put that in there. But before I do that, I like to also put some thickener. So I'm just going to use just a little bit of Royco. So I'm just going to use this coconut cream. It's from Royal Umbrella. I normally don't use the big one. I just use a small one just to you know, just for the flavor. So this is how our vegetables are looking like after adding the coconut cream. So I normally find coconut cream very creamy. So I'm just going to add a bit more water. I know when I put the vegetables, they had some water that was coming from the freezer, but I just want to add a bit more water, add a bit of salt, just a little bit, and then now I'll put the fish. So this is how it's all looking like with the fish. This is how the stewed fish is looking like. I'm just going to let it simmer. I'll just let it simmer for a bit. So these are the oats. They are now ready, and I'm just going to let them cool off and then put them in my container for use later on. This is what the rice is looking like. It is looking so nice and fluffy. I'm just going to add just a little bit of butter to just add on to the flavor. It really would have been ideal for me to have added that butter when there was a bit more water. So I'm just going to leave that there for like maybe 3 minutes or so, and then leave it because it's already cooked. I've just tasted the rice. It's ready, yummy, fluffy, as you can see. this is how, wow. This is how the stew is looking like. It is so nice and rich and yummy and very healthy. Like you saw, there are vegetables in here, there are proteins. It's going to be such a good meal. So this is the end of cooking with me. Thank you so much for joining me as I cooked these very humble meals. Just something that can take me through the week. I hope you've also learned something. If you have any variations to what I have made, kindly give me those suggestions in the comment section below so that I can also try that. I try to use, you know, just minimum ingredients. Given that, you know, this is the time where you're also trying to save. So let me know what you think. I might not be able to plate for you these meals in this video, but maybe in my next video I will also show you how I plate these meals. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and going through with this till the end. Give me any recipes, any suggestions you might have in the comment section. Give me any suggestions that you might have in the comment sections below on how I can even enhance the way I'm cooking these meals. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.